hello today. I will ask you one question for the supervisor, Mike. So, what is the commitment in the relationship?
Commitment with LDR.
Yeah.
If it's LDR, um, if you are committed in a relationship, you're supposed to have communication with your loved ones in another country. If you're, for example, me, I'm working in a ship, and I have my partner in the Philippines. So what I should do, keep the communication open and make sure that you always call them by messenger, video calls. Uh, Before we are sending emails, that's it. And then make sure that whatever problem from your work and whatever you're feeling, you need to share it with your partner, same as your partner. So you will both you're in the same place. It looks like that you're in the same place, even though you are in different places. Yeah. So to make sure that your relationship will stay and get stronger, make sure you don't lose your communication. At the same time, focus on doing such activities instead of looking for another one to comfort you in another place, because at the end of the day, the one who you love from another place, this is the one you know for a long time already. And the one you met from here is just now. I didn't say that they are not making your destiny, but at the same time, you need to be loyal. Don't cheat on your partner. If you really don't want your partner anymore, then leave them and then go for another one.
Alright.
Cheers.
And 1 second again.
Oh,
Yeah. Who always make mistake between the man or the woman?
it can be two. It's either a man or a woman, but it depends on them. That's the reason why. For me, most of them is a man for me,
Yeah.
but some of them are ladies. Yeah, some of them are women. It depends on how they think. But for me, the man thinks that nothing will lose to them, because the girl, if they give themselves to another person, things will change. Everything, people will look at them like a dirty person already. But for a man, nothing will change if they cheated many times. But that is what is the mindset of many people. But for me, it's a man. But if you will ask me, generalize everybody, it can be a man, it can be a woman. It depends on the person. It's not everybody, but most of them are men.
Alright. That question.
Okay.
Okay. Who the first to say sorry?
In a relationship or me?
No.
Me and my partner.
General.
General. Some of the boys are really sweet. They don't want their partner getting mad at them. So they apologize first. For me, it's a man. Because real men, they really want the girls to be happy. And if the woman gets mad, they are the first one who say sorry for in a relationship. For me, that is my opinion. But most of the girls, they are kind of moody, no? So the girl, they have a high pride, higher than the mountain. So they don't say sorry first, but they like to be treated like a princess. So they are waiting only for the man to say sorry. So most of the men say sorry first, because they know the girl that they're just waiting for the word sorry, and then they will be okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, okay. So thank you for the answer and your time. Thank you, Ma. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Bye.
Cheers. Enjoy.
Bye. Alright, Anthony, see you again. So I will ask you some question. What is the meaning commitment for you?
Commitment. Well, commitment generally means to me being able to do the right things where the person you love is concerned, standing with them through thick and thin. Um, when you can't just be in it for the good times, you have to be willing and ready to be in it with the hard times, to be patient, and to be understanding, you know? That sort of thing.
All right. And the second, how important the communication is between in your loved one.
I think that's very important. I think it's one of the key aspects of a relationship. Like if your communication isn't important, chances are it's not going to work, because you need to be able to be honest with the person you love. You need to be able to tell them the truth, no matter how hard it is, and have them be able to talk back to you and be civil and understanding. You know, so it's very important as far as I'm
Right.
concerned.
Okay, nice answer. And the third one, how you can trust him or her.
See, the funny thing about trust is that, especially in a very small environment like this, where there's so many people, and people are single, people are in and out of relationships, the biggest part about that trust is your own inner securities. If you're insecure, especially in an environment like this, they could be as good and as honest and as loyal to you as they humanly can, and you still might not trust them. So you have to be able to trust yourself and be secure in yourself to know that as long as you give your best, then everything will work out for you.
All right. Okay, thank you for your time, Anthony.
No problem,
Okay,
my
we'll see you
pleasure.
next time again. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yes, I meet again with Damani, so I will ask some question about the pandemic love survey. All right, Damani, I want to asking what is the commitment for you about the relationship?
Commitment for me is when two persons meet. Could be two persons meet. They don't have to be for personal relationship. It could be for work, you know. And both of you work together for something, and you commit yourself to that, you know. So if it's for succeeding business, both of us have to commit ourselves to make our business prosper.
All right, so that's it. All right, the second question, who always make mistake?
Okay. In my opinion, I will have a split answer, because first time we used to say men is the one that always make the mistake. But now in the 2000, you have 20th century, you have women make mistake as well. You know, so my answer will be split 50-50. Men make mistake just like a woman make mistake.
All right. So, all right, thank you. The answer. And the third question, who first to say sorry?
Okay. Again, my answer will be 50-50. Because you have some women that have strong ego, that don't want to say sorry. Even if they're wrong, they don't want to say it because their ego is very high. And just the same way you have men with high ego too, don't want to apologize and say sorry too. You know, so 50-50 again.
All right. Okay. Wow, this is already three question. Good answer. And the fourth question, do you easily to find somebody on board?
Okay, depend on what you mean to find somebody. Because if you're telling me to just have a one night stand or to just find someone for comfort, of course, it's easily to find. But if you asking me if it's easily to find love on board, then that's a different question too. Because you could find love on board, but not at first sight. You can find someone and you get to know this person. You date for a while, and depend on how you nourishing that feeling, then it turns into love. But it's not love at first sight.
Okay. Wow. And all right, the five question is that's true. That's true. Um, love still exists. I mean, on board.
Yeah, it exists. It exists.
Yeah.
But no one find love at first sight.
Alright.
Again, it come back to that question before. Yeah, because you have to know that person first. You know,
Okay.
before you can say, I love that person.
All right. Very nice. All right. So thank you for your time. So I will see you again. All right. See you.
Thank you for
Bye.
having me.
Bye. Hi, glad I see you again. So I will ask you some question for you. So, how important the communication is between in your loved one?
Very important. Communication is very important. Most especially when you are far to each other. So the communication makes you stronger, and you know, you feel happy every time you get contact with your loved one.
All right. So and the second one, can you easily find love on the ship?
No, it's not easily found.
Why?
No, it's hard to find because everybody has, you know, on the ship, a lot of people just, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
And the third question, does true love exist on the ship?
No,
Why again?
no true love exists on the ship.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for your answer. Okay. See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, now I will asking some question with Esther. How important the communication is between in your loved one?
Yeah, of course, the communication between me and my loved one, and my family, my fiancé at back home, and the company is helping us a lot to get in touch with our family. So very, very much happy with them, the company, and I am proud to say that I am a royal.
Yes. So it's really how you really important is like communication. Just keep calling. Or?
Yeah, it's like the company help giving free Wi-Fi to us. Company give plenty things like we can directly contact back to our family, like such as Wi-Fi is free on board, and 24/7 we can contact anytime at our family, and we can talk with our family. We can share things like what's going on the ship, how is the situation, everything we can talk.
Okay. So okay, this first question already done. So the second question, who always make mistake?
It's mistake like mistake helps with everyone of us, right?
Yeah,
So
because
mistake-
you have relationship. I was talking
Of course,
about.
mistakes help. Mistake can be done by me. Mistake can be happen with my fiancé, or my loved one, anyone back at home. Even here on the ship, there are friends, too much friends. There's plenty mistake done in the work time when we are free. Sometimes mistake happen from me, my side. So of course, there is a mistake, and we know that we have been made a mistake. Of course, we will go from front side and we'll talk with that guy that sorry for the mistake what I have done. Of course, and we shall be always friendly. That's what our Royal Caribbean teachers want to vote.
All right, cool. So the last question. So who first say sorry between you?
It depends on the situation, as we must see who is exactly making the mistake. If mistake is from our side, of course we shall go from our side, that we shall say sorry to anyone person. We shall talk with them that mistake has been done, and we shall say big sorry in front of them. And even if the person is like he has attitude, it's better that we go from our side and we say sorry, so that matter has been solved. The situation is getting cured at that moment.
All right, thank you for your time, man.
Thank you.
So thank you. See you.
Thank you,
Bye
Madam
next time.
Powell.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, good. All right. So this there is my friend. So I want to asking some question for my side. Is there I have the topic pandemic love survey. So how do you think? I have one question, but what the meanings of commitment long distance?
Yes, commitment is when you're passionate about something and you commit to do it. Yes, you commit to do it in a sense that you want to do it. It's a must, you have to do it. So that is commitment. Yes, commitment, you're passionate about something and you commit to do it because it's the right thing to do. In other words, you must have to do it. So that means you commit yourself to do it.
All right, thank you. And the second question: who's the most make mistakes relationship between this general?
Yes, well, you see what happens. Mistake is a thing. Men are vulnerable because mistake is a must. You make it in your relationship, your family life, and even your job, day to day. You come to make mistakes because none of us is perfect.
All right, thank you. And the third question: who first to say sorry?
Well, it all depends because if you done something and somebody, you hurt somebody, it's important for you to tell them sorry.
All right, okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Deli, for your time. Okay,
Okay, bro.
thank you. See you. Bye. Hi, PK again. All right, I want to asking some question from you. It's about the topic pandemic love survey. And what is the meaning of commitment for you?
Commitment to man.
Yeah. No, we're talking about general.
Okay.
Woman or man?
So what
What is the meaning of commitment?
for me? Commitment for me is like both parties should respect each other, always have communication, there's a respect, there's a care, there's a concern with each other, and then that's it for my part.
Oh really? Alright, thank you very much. And the second, how important the communication is between in your loved one?
Communication is very important for me and for my loved one. If there's no communication, of course, there's gonna be because when negative will gonna come, especially at this time, there's gonna be a hard time for us. Of course, we need somebody who's gonna talk to us, encourage us every day. So we can manage, we can cope up this tragedy that comes to our life. And for me, communication is very important. We need to know each and every day that are you okay, that in both parties can do. Even just a single thing that you say, hey, you just need to eat, like that. Have you ever taken a bath, like that? Just to reach your love, even from a distance, you know.
Alright, cool. Thank you. And the third question is who always make mistake?
Actually, I don't have, like I say, relationship, but always mistake. Me, I always admit if I have mistake. I always say sorry if I have mistake. Usually, I have mistake because sometimes I am too very busy and sometimes I forget to have time with the guy. So maybe that's why I'm still don't have for now. But yeah, I accept. Ladies have mistakes. That's only guys.
Alright, thank you. And the last one, who first say sorry?
I always be the one to say sorry because I cannot finish the day, even especially with your love. I cannot, because I can't sleep at night without saying sorry, even if it's his mistake or it's my mistake. Because I need to finish. If the problem is that now we have conflict right now, it should be finished by now, not tomorrow.
Wow, thank you very much for your time. I will see you next time again, Jinky. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hello, Kevin. So I want to ask a question. What the meaning of this commitment long distance?
Commitment to long distance is even though you're far away from home, you're committed to do your work even
So okay. So the second question: who always make mistakes? Me or me?
Definitely the men, because all women want their attention, and sometimes men don't give them attention, enough attention. That's why men often make mistakes.
All right. And the question: who the first to say sorry? Man or woman?
I think
Depends or something like that.
often the man, because they often make mistakes.
Okay,
More than
okay.
women.
All right. So you really honest, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so thank you anyway for your time. Okay, thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Bye. Hi, Gerald again. So I have question for you. Yes, maybe 2 or 3. Okay. So the first thing I want to asking, what is the commitment about the long distance?
Long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Commitments.
Yeah.
Okay. For nowadays, we have the technology, so now it's not very hard to make a long distance relationship. Not like before, we make a letter, love letter,
Yeah, yeah.
postcard, we send.
Yeah.
But that one is more romantic.
Oh, really?
That because before, what I noticed about my grandma, because we have some long distance relationship before, and then they said it's more romantic than now. But that usually because you make leather at your own, and then not like now that you can search in the Google.
Okay.
You want to say something, but it's not in your heart.
All right.
You just search and then you just read in the other people and then you pass it. Oh, this is a good idea. But for me, long distance for now is better because of this technology.
Yeah.
But more sweetest, more appreciate if you write it because it's all in your heart.
All right.
That's for me.
Okay. And the second question, who always make a mistake,
Who always
man or
mistake?
woman?
It depends, but usually, for me, it's gentleman.
Gentleman.
The man.
Okay.
Because usually the gentleman is it's showing. They show what their interest.
Okay.
But usually the ladies they hide their feelings. For example, they have a crush on the guy. They didn't show. But the gentlemen usually they do, then they talk they call in gentleman, oh look this girl. So usually the gentleman usually have a mistake.
Okay. So okay, the question what is sorry this who always say sorry?
Sorry.
Yeah.
For me, I'm always say sorry. Gentleman.
Gentleman always.
Yeah, because for me, usually, for example, my wife, before for example, we have some fight, before we sleep, I say sorry. So at least we're gonna fix it. So tomorrow is another day, and then we have to forgive each other.
Okay.
Whoever's mistake, the wife or the husband,
Okay.
at least fix it before end of the day or end of the evening.
All right.
That's
Thank
all.
you. Thank you.
All right,
Gerald.
thank you.
See you. See you next time again. See you. Bye. Good morning. Hi, okay, Princess. How are you today? All right. So I have question for you, just about the pandemic love survey. All right. So I want to ask one question: how important the communication is between in your loved one?
It is very important. The communication is very important to keep your loved one because you need to communicate, as much as possible. You need to talk so that you can retain your relationship with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So We must always have time for each other.
Alright. So, okay. So one more question. Who always make mistake? Men or
It depends. It depends.
depends?
Yeah.
Who or mostly? Mostly.
I cannot say that it is unfair if I will say just for the boys and for the guys. I think it depends with the character of a person.
Okay, depends. So you cannot answer which one?
Yeah, I cannot choose.
Okay, alright. So
It's
okay.
unfair if I will just say boys.
Yeah. I have the third point, the three. I have the question. One more, last question. So, who always say sorry?
Say sorry. And me, if you're gonna ask me,
No, between relationship. Who always say sorry?
so in general,
Yeah, general.
I cannot tell. I cannot tell if just the boy or the girl. I think it depends also.
Depend also.
Yeah,
So you
depends
cannot
also
answer.
who made a mistake or who acknowledge that, who acknowledge first who made a mistake, you know.
Okay. All right.
But if you're gonna ask me if I'm aware that I made a mistake, I would say sorry, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you. Anyway,
okay. You're
see you.
welcome.
Bye. Hi, Marian. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good, Peter.
All right.
I miss you.
Oh, really? So I have question for you, Maria, about the pandemic love survey. So I have one question: how important the communication is between in your loved one?
Communication. Communication, especially for us working on the ship and our loved one is back home, communication is very important. Okay? If without communication, we cannot build trust, right? And without communication, our love is slowly fading, right? If we don't talk to this someone.
Yeah.
So for me, communication is very important. Between you and your loved one, especially if you're far from each other.
All right. The second question: who always make mistake?
Who always make mistakes?
Yeah.
Lady or man?
Yeah.
For me, it's men.
Okay, man. All
Yeah.
right. Why?
Because men tend to be tempted to do something not good. Not like the ladies. Ladies can hold back. Ladies can still think about it. But men, when they see like temptation, they just grab it one time.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. So thank you for your answer. Okay.
Yeah,
See you. Bye
see
next
you.
time.
Bye.
Hi. Good morning, Katin again. Kat, I want to ask you some question. How important the communication is between in your loved one?
Is it important because communication is you need to build trust for that relationship. So in terms of that, it's gonna be you need to be
My goodness.
Okay. So who always make mistake?
but you need
Mostly, the most.
my husband sometimes.
Okay.
But I need to compromise it. I need to be, so hard to explain.
Okay. No problem. So
Because we cannot it's alright to make it sorry for them.
so who the first always say sorry? Yeah.
I prefer sometimes I cannot
Between both of you. Okay. All right. Thank you. You panic. Sorry. Thank you. Hi, Seal. See you again.
Hi.
I just want to asking 3 questions maybe or 2 questions.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about the pandemic love survey. Okay.
Pandemic love survey.
Yeah,
okay.
the love survey.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. And that question is, what is commitment long distance?
Commitment long distance.
Yeah. What is the meaning of commitment long distance?
Commitment long distance. Well, I'll
About
start.
relationship.
Okay, I'll start with commitment first. Commitment to me is like doing really wonderful things with a person you love. What's that?
Okay, make it high. I
Oh,
cannot
you
hear.
mean I
Yeah,
should
voice.
talk? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, try to yeah, what I'm saying is commitment to me is doing wonderful things to the person you love. And when you say you're committed to the relationship, it means that you stay loyal to one another.
Okay.
And you don't do anything that can actually hurt each other's feelings.
All right. Very
Yes,
nice.
it's because you love each other that you're not capable of doing anything bad to
All
one
right.
another.
Okay. So second question, who always make mistake? Man or girl?
That's pretty tough. I don't think it depends, you know.
Yeah,
because
I
there's-
talk about general.
Oh, it's because I'm a woman, then maybe men do commit more mistakes than women.
Okay. So, yes. All right. So, okay. The third question, I want to asking, who the first say sorry?
Who takes the first step to say
Yeah,
sorry?
yeah.
Well, if you actually value your relationship and you care for one another,
Yeah.
and you don't want to lose the relationship with the person you love, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. I mean,
It's been or man, whatever. Like, the woman can be also say sorry.
yeah, of course. I mean, if you know that it's actually your fault, then you take the first step to apologize. But then, pride should not play any, part in a relationship, because pride will actually keep you from apologizing to one another. For example, if your partner is the one that commits something against you, and you're like, you feel like you're high and mighty, like I'm not gonna apologize to you. You should apologize to me because you fucked up.
All right.
And I'm sorry for the word. But then at the end of the day, you value your relationship, so it doesn't matter who makes the mistake or whose fault it is. You just take the first step to apologize, and they say that saying sorry is like the hardest thing to do sometimes, especially when you're like, you feel like no, it's not gonna come to me. But of course, at the end of the day, if before the day ends, you want to patch things up, you apologize.
Okay. All right. So enough of my question. So thank you very much for your time this year.
Thank you.
I will see you next time again. Bye bye.